Hi students. This is another video in our series, and this is on ethical behavior and signing off on the rules of using our office in on-campus recruiting, as well as interacting with employers. So once again, we're here at Carolina, and what you're going to do is you're going to go to log in. So make sure you go to the first one, and it'll lead you back to the site anyway, but when you're in Carolina, you're going to want to set up your user profile. So right now you're on the home page and it's welcoming you. And you can see that your home page, you have a lot of information, so just make sure you read it, including some of the announcements, including the late cancellation policy, which means if you schedule an appointment with an interviewer and you have to cancel, you will notify us within 24 hours. And so here you can see what the cancellation policy is. And you cannot call the employer directly, you cannot leave a message, you need to speak with a UCS staff member. And that's if you have an emergency on the day of the interview. Okay, so please make sure you read these notices because it's just a lack of professionalism if you just don't show up. And I know most of you will think, oh, well, why would I just not show up? But trust me, people do. So there's rules for everything, and you will be penalized. So I just want to make sure you are aware of these policies. Okay, so going back here to Carolina, I'm pretty sure I'm already logged in. Where you go to your user profile. So this is one view. This is a tab view. I actually prefer that. So I'm going to switch. And so here it identifies personal information. You're going to want to fill out everything, especially if it has an asterisk. The registrar downloads a lot of this, so you want to make sure it's all correct. Like I said, everything with an asterisk needs to be included. If it's not, you don't have to fill out everything, but just save changes and continue. So here that we get into the academic piece. So in here it clearly says falsification of your academic information will result in further action. So here your graduation date. Most employers will search by grad date. Most positions are posted by grad date, so you need to make sure this is correct. You can either be a May, August, or December grad, but you need to make sure your year is accurate. Your standing here will be downloaded from the registrar. You can select your major, so most of you will be business administration. You might have a minor if you're in a different category. Your bachelor's degree is already in there. Your GPA, cumulative GPA. So this is on a 4.0 scale. There's no reason it would be higher. So make sure you are accurate based on your transcripts. Your transcript should match what you have here. Because if an employer asks for your transcripts, guess what? It needs to match what's on your resume as well. So major GPA is calculated from your courses within your major requirement. You're not going to find that from the registrar. You usually have to figure that one out on your own. Usually your department can help guide you in that. So geographic preferences, if you have a location that you definitely know that you want to work in, great, put it in there. If not, if you're open, leave it alone. And job search status, you're actively searching, passively you're not searching. If you're not searching, you're not going to come up in any resume referrals that we're doing on an employer's behalf. If you're actively searching, you will. Same thing if you're passively searching. So here, preferred work type, you can multiple select, but if you're a junior or sophomore, you're most likely looking for summer internship. If you're not, you're probably a senior looking for full-time. Part-time job email list, this is a required field. If you want to be notified of the part-time jobs, if you're looking for jobs on campus, select yes. If you don't want those emails, select no. And that's just for part-time jobs. This is a new feature this year. Preferred job function. So this is where you can specify what you're looking for. So in here I have consulting marked. I might have some others, financial services, probably everything that's business related. Preferred industry, I don't think I have something selected, but if you know you want something specific, go ahead and do it. If otherwise, you can use your skill set in multiple industries. So I would leave that open for now. Here's an asterisk, will you now or in the future require employer a visa sponsorship? If you're an international student, the answer is yes. If you're not, the answer is no. UCS services, just select one. We don't really do a whole lot with this. You know, if you select resume referral service, great, but we submit it on your behalf if you don't, because there's another permissions that you give, which kind of overrides everything else here. So save changes and continue. Included in resume books. So I've selected no just because I'm a counselor here. I don't want my resume submitted, but you would want your resume included. But I'm marking no, but do as I say, not as I do. Enable text messages. It doesn't matter what you mark here. We are never going to text you. Receive informational emails from UCS. This is extremely important, okay? If you want to receive emails from us notifying you about what's going on this week, as well as on-campus interviews, recruiting, information sessions, you had better select yes. If you select no, you're going to wonder why all your friends are going to these things and know about them and you don't. So please make sure you select yes. Okay, information release and appropriate usage statements. Most people just click yes without even reading this. So I'm going to encourage you, don't do that, because this is when students get in trouble. So I'm going to open this up. This is, it lives on our website, but what this is saying is that if you're using CareerLiner, you are agreeing to these standards. It says, you will provide accurate and honest information on my CareerLiner registration profile, resume, and all job search documents and my interactions with employers. Any information provided and the usage of my account will accurately reflect the identity of my eligible PID number that is associated with my account. Number 2, keep all interview appointments with employers conducting interviews or notify UCS in advance of any emergency reason to cancel my commitment. Similarly, I will honor my commitments made with UCS counseling staff. I understand that I must cancel or reschedule campus interviews online 1 full business day before the interview. Once I cancel, I can no longer cancel online. I understand that my cancellation is considered a late cancellation and must be canceled by calling UCS rather than making contact with the employer. I understand that late cancellations require a letter of apology to the employer and that I will be unable to interview until I bring a copy of my apology letter to UCS. I understand that if I do not keep my scheduled campus interview and do not notify UCS in advance, I am considered a no-show and cannot interview or access job openings until I meet with a UCS associate director and send a letter of apology to the employer with a copy to UCS. I understand that if I no-show 2 times as a student and once as an alum, I will lose my UCS interview privileges. So don't let it happen. Number 3. I will sign up for campus interviews with employers in which I have a sincere interest and prepare for each appointment to professionally represent myself and UNC Chapel Hill, and I'm going to add the business school. And number 4, honor my acceptance of a job or internship offer. Once I accept an offer, I will withdraw from consideration for other opportunities, discontinue my job or internship search, and notify UCS that my resume should no longer be referred to employers. I understand that this is unethical to accept a job or internship and then renege, which means turn down the offer. I will advise the UCS director of any extenuating circumstances that may cause me to reevaluate my job or internship acceptance before notifying the employer. Number 5, I will accurately report to employers and interview-related expenses. And number 6, I will accept the consequences of losing UCS privileges if I do not comply with these principles of ethical conduct. I understand that some violations could result in report to the honor court, which has happened probably twice a year. So please avoid this. UCS encourages you to notify the director if you perceive any breaches of ethical conduct on part of the employers, because it goes both ways, guys. Let us know if they're doing anything wrong. We appreciate you joining us and committing to the highest standards of ethical behavior relating to the job or internship search process. Okay. So sorry to be a buzzkill on that, but this is really important information that you need to be aware of. This lives on our website. You can see you're in it in the student agreement for use of career services. It's on your profile within CareerLiner. So please mark yes that you've read that, you understand it. And then the last one here, I give UCS permission to release my information on my resume and profile to potential employers. By clicking yes, that means when employers email or call us and they say, you know, I'm looking for some students that have this interest, that have this major, they're studying this, could you send me some resumes? We're not going to cherry pick and hand pick you, but based on your CareerLiner profile, if you fall into those categories, we will submit your resume to them, and then it's up to them to kind of filter through, and they will call you to set up any interviews. Okay, save and continue. We're almost done here. So here's the resume section. You can upload your resume and cover letters. You can keep up to 25 documents in here, I believe. And let's see. I don't need to show you anything there. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Pending documents means that you've submitted your resume and it is in our pending file. That means it stays there until a counselor reviews it, and we review those daily, so it doesn't take too long. And once reviewed, then you will have access to submit that to employers through those jobs in CareerLina, and you can watch part 2 of using CareerLina for your job and internship search to understand how to navigate that system. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call, and we look forward to working with you.